Not anymore. So she'd done it, because she could. And she had ignored the 10 times her cell phone had rung with his number flashing across the screen. She wasn't taking him back. Not this time. Not ever again. In the past, he'd left her, and she was the one who felt lost. And every time, she'd just get used to him being gone, he'd call and she'd pick up. She'd tell him to come home, because she needed him. She hadn't known how not to need him, and she'd done her best to make sure he needed her, because it was in that space where she felt right, like she was doing the right thing, and like she mattered. That sweet spot of contentedness and a little bit of penance. Not this time. This time she'd done the leaving. With very little forethought, and nothing more than a couple of haphazard emails, she had decided to uproot her entire life and go to the town of Gold Valley. Mallory had been enchanted by Gold Valley from the first time she had come to visit her brother, Griffin. She and her parents had come 6 months ago, along with Jared. It had been wonderful, and he had been horrible. And all of the doubts that bubbled up on occasion had come roaring to the surface during that week. He'd been bored at dinner. He'd been completely uninterested in all of the quaint brick buildings in town. He'd overslept and missed family breakfasts. In general, every single one of his bad qualities, every single thing that Griffin hated about him had been on full display. "Your brother already hates me. I'm not going to perform." He'd said that while lounging in the passenger seat of her car, his sunglasses on, holding his phone up, paying it more attention than he did her, as usual. In the years since they'd started dating, his blonde hair had transitioned from floppy boy band to man bun, which was the only way he'd transitioned from boy to man, really. He was still handsome in that smooth way, slim and, well, she'd always found him cute. But he was much less cute when bored and slumped in her car, texting on a phone she'd pay for while he acted aggrieved by the vacation she'd also paid for. He'd said that her brother hated him, and it was true. Griffin did hate him, but it was based on things like that, not on nothing. Griffin had never been shy about his feelings for Jared, and it had always hurt Mallory. She'd idolized Griffin all her life. Her older brother was her hero and always had been, a shining beacon of everything good and successful. Her parents had always been so proud of him, and so had she. 8 years older than her, she'd been 10 when Griffin had moved out, and it had devastated her, even though it was the natural order of things. It had changed her world, and she felt unspeakably lonely with him gone. He'd gone off and gotten his own life, fallen in love, gotten married. And then he lost his wife and little girl, and Mallory had lost her beloved sister-in-law and cherished niece. Even though Griffin had survived, in many ways she'd felt like she'd lost him too. It was only since he'd met Iris that Mallory felt like she really had them back, which, other than the natural pull she felt to the town, had been the reason that she'd come to Gold Valley. She wanted to be near her brother, and she needed, desperately, to be very far away from Jared. Her rental wouldn't be ready for a couple of days, but she hadn't been able to stay. Not anymore. And there were a whole lot of conversations that she was due to have, mostly because Griffin didn't even know that she was moving to Gold Valley. Her parents didn't even know what she was doing. Par for the course, isn't it? Maybe. But there were some things she just wanted to keep to herself, so she didn't have to feel the sting of their disappointment. Her own failures mixed together with disapproval from the two people who mattered so much to her.